69 across the front. That'll work.
Hello, Rail friends. Thanks for being with Casey and I here on Rail Moments. And we are at the historic Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. And we will get back to you in a moment. But right now, let's get ready for the action coming right at you right here live at TVRM.
Put it there, 4382. Indication on the ground line into the east leg. I'm on point right to protect the show. Clear push for 2 coaches.
Right, he'll do the Y.
I wrote this thing as a kid, but that was a long
45
time
R
ago.
and ground needs their eyes to the dorm if the dispatcher needs to do that one. Come on back up there.
That eerie whistle.
Come on there, 4382. 7, 3, 8, 8, movement protection. Out.
Nowadays, that steam whistle's louder than the air whistles we have nowadays.
Yep.
It sure travels a whole lot farther.
Crossing protection is activated. I got one car pulling up, should be coming to a stop.
Oh yeah, they gotta cross the road if they don't get.
Clear tail track there, 4382. Take the lead. Being up lined up to Williams, I'm holding off at Jersey Road so I don't sew the road up. When can I anticipate a signal?
Yeah, I'll let you know when it comes in full if it go behind the board.
Okay, that's fine. I got 17 minutes left on the battery saver before the engine resets itself over.
Okay, it looks like it should be coming in any second for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for the heads up.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, go ahead.
You got three of them there, same time. Make sure 369 is one of the three covered. Thank you. We're lined all the way up right up behind the board.
That was cool. See how big those things are.
Yeah.
Go ahead on this, whatever it is.
That they are. Hello, rail friends. Thanks for being with Casey and I today on this exciting day at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Most of you, if not all of you, or a whole bunch of you have all been here at one point in time. And we're at Grand Junction, and this is a spot that is endearing to many of us. Back to the days of when it was first started, they were literally working out of the trunk of their car when they got their first locomotive, and to what it is today. And not only are you hearing the NS traffic on the scanner today, but you're also hearing the staff of 4382, which is, as all of you know and love, the 4501, dressed up today for Founders Day. So it's a one-time event celebrating the return of the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio steam engine. And for the first time ever, the Southern Railway 4501 has been transformed into the GM&O Mikado 4382, honoring that railway system impact on the railroad history of our time. So right now we just caught it leaving Grand Junction. From here they'll go ahead and cross over Chickamauga Creek. After that they'll go over the CSX, the W&A sub. They'll go over the top of it, and they're going to go through historic Missionary Ridge, where back then there was not black powder. So for those of you who have not been here, if there's anyone left that hasn't been, they drilled that tunnel. It's the length of 3 football fields. They drilled that tunnel by hand. And when they ended up, one started on the east side, one started on the west side, and when they finished, they were literally within inches of each other, being dead center, coming from both ways as they did that. Because black powder wasn't invented back then, it was too wet, etc. So, we are also, we got rail action. We're going to get back to it. We got rail action coming our way. Let's move you over here just a tad, where you're going to see NS making its way. Let's get you turned around. And we're also on the Norfolk and Southern Main Line coming into Chattanooga. So,
Excellent side to be the tracks too. The lights perfect.
Well, rail friends, we're back. Like I said, we're at a spot where the action just never ever ends, and it's just a cool location. So for those of you that just joined, we are here at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. We are at Grand Junction, so at the main end, and where we just caught 4382 for the GM&O weekend, honoring the 4501. The Southern 4501 is all dressed up this weekend in honor of the Gulf Mobile in Ohio steam engine, and here on Founders Day. So Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum is dedicated to the preservation of equipment from the eras gone by, and we're going to see that train come back here in about an hour. At this point, as we were talking, they've gone on down. They'll go across a total of 4 bridges. They'll go through a pre-Civil War era tunnel, as we talked about, that was hand dug. And when they get to the other end, which they call East Chattanooga, everyone will disembark. That's where the Robert Sewell shops are, and the turntable is. So everybody will get off, and they'll watch them actually, just like they used to in the rail yards, turn the locomotive around, because unless you had a WYE configuration, which is here, when that train comes back, he can come straight past us. They then go up to the far end, proceed up along the tracks you see behind me, and then they back the train up to a far corner, and then they come right around. So think about it. If you had a car and you were going the wrong way on the road, you need to do a 3-point turn. It's basically a 3-point turn for a train. So this way's west, that way's east, and behind us is the NS Norfolk Southern line between where we were yesterday out at Bootleggers Crossing out by Ottawa, where it forks and goes on up on the Atlanta North line, and on the Knoxville West End line out that way. And then it comes in right over here is where they call Brown or Citico, and at that point the train either goes right and goes north up the C&O and TP, or it goes on into the DeBuck's Yard or passes through the DeBuck's Yard, where we were this morning over at Coffey's Cliff, where everybody was hanging out. Adam, Seth, Scott, there was a whole bunch of people all there this morning, all hanging out, where you have a bird's eye view of all the action at the north end of the yard, not to mention 300 pigeons this morning. The scanner activity that you hear is both NS line behind us and the yard just a few miles away from us before it starts. So we're going to stay here. We'll give you a pan of the area, then we're going to stay function up there. Like I said, we're right on the border where some of that conversation, that chatter's going to sound like they're giving you a radio kiss. And we're going to monitor our action up on top. Like I said, all the activity that you saw yesterday when we were chasing the Central of Georgia down at Bootleggers Crossing, these are the same exact tracks, just a little bit further to the west. So let's give you a scope of the area here in just a moment. Sit back, relax. If you've never been, make this one of your stops when you tour our area, because they do a phenomenal job. They have an incredible staff, And they have a dinner train that just, the food and the service is beyond any words I could possibly tell you. The only way you can realize just how awesome it is to experience it. So when you come to the area, and buy your tickets way ahead of time. If you're able to buy tickets for the dinner train, buy them then. Don't wait, because they sell out. Every single trip sells out. And there's a number of different things. There's things for the kids during Christmas, during Halloween, the Erie Express. They're doing a new thing with Wizards and More. They have the Santa Claus trains. There's just a little bit of everything. Santa's on the train. They also have the Hiawassee Loop that goes out of Etowah. So there's just so much to tell you about this place. I can't tell it all to you, but take a moment if you've not been or not experienced it. Look at all the things there are to see, and everything is fun, incredible, and great. So, give you a pan of the yard. That train will be back in an hour. We'll watch our action up here, listen to what's going on with the scanner, and we're just going to have a good afternoon, relax, and it is just incredible weather this morning. As you saw, if you were with me this morning, you had a coat on, or I did, a light one, but I had one on this morning because it was a little bit on the chilly side. And now it's 80-some degrees, and so that we don't have a radiant heat problem, we are underneath the tree. So we can protect the recording equipment, and we're going to get ready for more action here at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum.
$55. That's not bad at all for a yearly membership.
Can't beat it with a stick.
I might do that.
No reason not to.
I'll have to wait till next week though, so I can get a little more money, but
Also, there's still time to come on down. If you're halfway close, to my understanding, there's one more trip today. Now, don't quote me. I haven't had a chance to look it up, but Jesse told me there's one more trip after this. So there is probably time for you to still get here if there is. Like I said, here in a moment, we'll check the schedule. Also, they got the blacksmith exhibit set up here, so there's stuff to do for the kids, old, young at heart, whatever age group. There's something here at TVRM that you can experience today. So go grab the keys, head on down. If nothing else, come watch 4501, all dressed up as the 4382 in honor of the Gulf and Mobile and Ohio Railway. Thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. If you haven't subscribed, if you have fun here, make sure you do. And in the meantime, while we wait for it to come back, and they are calling it 4382 today, so that's how you'll hear it on the radio. So you'll hear the TVRM staff. They have the Ridge Runners, all kinds of things. So you look those up. Adam's sitting here, he's looking at, he happens to have them up. He's looking at, they have memberships where you can ride as much as you want, and Missionary League's local. So check it out. And let's get back, take a look at the area where we are. Anybody have any questions? Please shout them out. We'll try and figure out an answer. If we don't have an answer, or we don't know what the answer is, we'll try and find somebody that does. '90s era, how are you today? And just so you guys can see the station, since we don't have a bunch of folks here, we're going to go ahead and move you just a little bit over here. So excuse me for the tremors, which I know you experience. And we'll have to realign you here so that you're not all crooked and whatnot. All right, as I said, up there is the NS main line going east out of the Dubuque Yard, and TVRM does have a live rail cam. So if you've not watched it before, check out Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum and hit live cam, and you'll see it in a slightly different view from what I do. But many times when you guys and gals are watching, you'll see the trains held that are going eastbound. Those trains are held right in front of those signal indications. So a lot of times you'll see train activity sitting here and waiting as the inbounds come, and right over there you will see the westbound signal indication. So you'll see a lot of train activity that waits here. And when our guest of honor returns, he'll be coming right down that path. So you guys are going to have a front row seat when he returns. As you can see, there's the yellow safety line here at Grand Junction.
I'm going to power down for a few minutes so I can save my battery.
Okay, no. Brown is to the left of us, not far from here. And as you can see how elevated that track is from where we are. And for those of you familiar with the area, right down there is Tennessee Highway 153. And right here in front of us, Grand Junction. A place where I've spent many an hour, many a day, and many a good time. And the new tea room is upstairs. There's just all kinds of things to explore. I'm not going to give away all the surprises and secrets because this is a place that you need to explore for yourself. And they have a large picnic area over the other side. There's a display on the other side. There's a ramp system to board down at the far end. And like I said, we are under the tree this morning, so we can not have a radiant heat problem, because where it was cold this morning, that sun beating down straight on us at this time of the day will make it so I won't be able to stay with y'all. So we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Plus, if I'm down here, I don't need to wear my hat, so I don't have to worry about my dermatologist being upset with Mike for not doing the right thing. Or Mrs. S saying, "Did you wear your sunscreen?" I said, "No, I stayed under the tree today." Here's some of the different cars that they use. There's everything from coaches to dining room cars. For those of you that were with us a couple weeks ago for the steam excursion down to Somerville, some of those cars were on that trip, that 100+ mile trip. The Traveler's Fare, $31.58. And there's the Dome car. They got some real cool seats in that car right there. And up in front of it, I just leave it down. Up in front of it is the Southern, painted as it used to be. And I don't remember that locomotive number. I'll take a look at that there in a moment. And this is the end of the Y as we watched our train disappear at that end. So sit back, relax for a little bit. For the moment, we're just going to go ahead and come on back and take a look at Grand Junction, wait for our next train up on the NS lines, and enjoy the afternoon. You can hear the blacksmith in the back. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Every day in my world's like paradise, you know that.
Yeah, mine sucks too, so I'm used to it.
Where's John today?
West Virginia.
What's he doing there?
I don't care. He's there. Actually, he goes up and mows a little cemetery up there. that the locals up there won't keep clean. And his nephew and the wife are up there with him, so he won't be home till like Tuesday or Wednesday. My house has been wonderful for a week.
So it's all peaceful and quiet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the computer don't hate me. It only hates him.
All right, while we're waiting for him, we are going to go ahead and set up and do a production when he comes back. Until then, we're going to go ahead and stay live right here at TVRM. It does it, huh? It's funny.
Oh no, I had it doing 4 separate things one night. He asked if he could use it. I said, hang on. I shut down all my stuff. I got up. All he did was put his hand on the back of the mouse. He didn't even click a button. Thing locked up. We had to shut it down, restart it. We had to shut it down hard because you couldn't just shut it down. So yeah, it hates him.
Poor John.
Hey, I had a Mustang. I had a 74 Mustang. I love that car. Every time he drove it, it broke down. He said, your starter's bad. Fine. Put a new starter. Well, your battery's weak. It's a 7-year battery. It's been in the car about 13 years. No problem. I wasn't having any issues. He comes home. He takes my key, so we know it's not his key. And I hear kicking and cursing. I walk outside, and I ask, what's wrong? He gets blankety blank blank blank. Lights won't turn on, and blankety blank blank blank. Car won't start. I walked over to the car, reached in the window, turned the key. It went vroom. I just said, it hates you, and walked away.
They're just a pounding away over there at the blacksmith shop.
Yeah. I was out yesterday, but my camera is new, and it messed up my pictures.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it wasn't John cursing at the house last night.
It's your turn.
And I know all the words. I may not be able to do all the hand gestures anymore, but I know all the words. And a few of them ain't even English. It's funny when I tell people I speak my native language and they ask me where I'm from, and I tell them I'm from the mountains of North Carolina. And then they all look at me funny, but your native language. I'm sorry, I grew up with the Cherokee. How native do you need?
It's native. Of course, there's some parts of North Carolina that have the true Southern accent that is more akin to Welsh and
Where I grew
Scottish.
up, they spoke, the older generation, like my grandmother, they spoke old Elizabethan English.
You had the Welsh and Scottish brogue accent mixed with it.
The Scots aren't far.
You have one of those unique languages that are really hear anywhere. I was I watch YouTube a lot. I said, how many southern accents can you understand? And it was a British person reacting to it. And he thought I can understand 2 or 3 of them. I can understand every last one of them. And I'm born in the South. I've lived here most of my life, but my grandparents on my mom's side are from Michigan, and my grandparents on my dad's side are from Southern Alabama.
Where?
Andalusia.
Yeah. Daddy was from Lafayette. I've got Alabama relatives and
Andalusia?
Auburn relatives.
Andalusia, Alabama.
Yep.
About 30 minutes from the Florida border. Deep South Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah, Daddy was from down that area. Familiar with all that.
My grandfather on my dad's side was grandparents on my dad. They owned a several hundred-acre farm down there. As far as I know, the farm's still in the family. As far as I know.
I know our old farm is. One of them bought it out.
Yeah. All 4 of my grandparents are dead now. So.
Yeah.
My dad's parents are way older than my mom's parents. My grandfather on my dad's side died. He was 88 years old when he died in the late 80s. My grandfather was 87 when he died in 2012. So.
And headed to the north are a whole bunch of folks.
It's like a Southwest paint job.
Could have been a Southwest plane, not really sure. Too far away for me to see with these old eyes.
I just saw the color schemes, that's all I know.
So, we're back to the signal lights. That is for the eastbound traffic. We are double tracked at this point, where they go on out to Ottawa, where they'll hit the Knoxville West End and the Atlanta North District lines.
What time's that train due back?
There's an hour turn.
3:10, something like that, 3:20. It's 65 minutes, right?
Better tell Seth you better hurry up.
It should be back at 2:30, but they probably changed that.
It left at 2, so it's...
It should have been back about 2:30, 2:45, maybe.
It's almost 3 o'clock now.
Is that the last one, or is there one more?
I'm not down, since I broke the wrist, I'm not involved down here. I still can't make a fist, I still can't close my hand.
Bless your heart, girl.
Still can't shoot a proper bird. That's the only thing I wanted hand therapy for. I'm left-handed.
Y'all, Susan didn't mean that.
No, Susan yells out the window.
She said, forget the hand, just use the window.
But no, I'm left-handed, so right-handed is difficult.
Yeah. I'm right-handed, but I can do a lot of both with both hands.
Pitch.
Yeah.
I can play tennis, I can tap, but pencil and fork.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
left.
I can eat with both hands. I can't write with both hands.
I have trouble. I can do sign language.
Yeah.
It's easier if I do it left-handed, and now I can't.
So I can bat left-handed. I can almost throw left-handed or both hand, both, but I'm better with right, obviously.
I'm a natural lefty. And when it gets tired, I just take one of my husband's right-handed gloves, and it's the exact same.
Well, growing up, my brother and I used to play in our yard, and I got to where I could throw a pretty mean curveball. I've got a curveball that starts about a foot outside to a left-handed batter, and we'll end up crossing the plate and end up about this far off the ground in the back of the end zone, or back of the strike zone. So it does like this. It's a 12-6. Technically, it's a 12-6 curveball, except it's the other way. It's 3 to 9, whatever. It's like an angle curveball.
Do you know who's running?
From where?
The steam. I don't care about the diesels.
I didn't pay any attention. I just got here literally as they were getting ready to leave, and I didn't recognize the person that was on this side. So I can't answer.
Well, no, Foster was out here yesterday, so I didn't know if he was out today or not.
Sounded like Travis on the radio.
you out last night?
When oh yeah.
Photo shoot.
Oh, no, I didn't do the photo shoot. I did the Central of Georgia, Savannah, Atlanta, and the MRL yesterday afternoon, on and off all day. And then I had contractors at work. I had contractors at home. And this morning I did live at Coffee's Cliff, but no photo shoot last night.
I don't know when they started calling that Coffee's Cliff.
A long time ago.
It's been Rail Fan Rock as long as I can remember. That's where they all hung out. So Mike's pictures where a car had gotten a little close.
Real close.
You what?
Down where you're talking about at Rail Fan Rock, a car had gotten a little close.
Oh, they had one go over like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Suppose they fell asleep and was going home from work.
That's the reason I found out of it. I saw it on YouTube, on Facebook. I'm like, where is that? And I looked it up. And it was out
What's
there.
weird is there's no road. And there's all those bushes. Somebody had to,
He was sound asleep and went through it all.
probably doesn't have a mark on him.
He was down there for almost 3 hours. They said unconscious, but he's going to recover.
He's lucky a train didn't come through. But I don't think he was.
He was just short of the CSX line.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, because I have video
just
of
missed
a
it.
train going by. Yeah, a little bit further, and he would have been.
And then some poor train crew would have had to have gone for drug testing. And
Yeah. One of those things that's unfortunate, no matter how you look at it. Then there's the idiots that try to do insurance fraud and actually jump that car into the tracks from there.
yeah, we had one of those over in Middle Tennessee one time. That didn't work.
Oh no, because there's cameras everywhere these days.
No, not back then.
Well, these days there's cameras everywhere.
No, this was back in the 80s.
No, there's,
Well, I guess I'm kind of dark there, so I look like
there's cameras on.
I'm trying to hide from
certain
y'all. Let's
areas
try
that
over
they're
here.
not everywhere.
But no, it was back in the mid 80s. Some
Yeah.
guy came in the county clerk office
Yeah. Oh,
claiming that the train had
Actually, but while we're waiting for our
yeah. I saw someone
guest of
on
honor to
YouTube.
return,
Oh, it was a couple weeks ago where a lady pulled on a track, purposely got her car stuck. I mean, obviously, from
as you
purpose,
saw, all dressed up and painted up,
walked away.
is 4382 today.
She claimed the train her car.
And like I said,
Insurance was
they'll be
"No,
coming
man,
back before long, but while we're waiting
train
for
company
them,
has proved that you did it on
a little
purpose."
history
the guy
about what today is all over. And like I said, since I'm old, I don't remember well, so I'm going to have to look at all my notes. But for those of you that aren't aware, today's events are honoring the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railroad,
he said,
which was a Class 1 railroad in the central United States, whose primary routes extended from Mobile, Alabama, to New Orleans, Louisiana, to St. Louis and Kansas City, Missouri, and Chicago, Illinois. It also had 2 parallel lines through eastern Mississippi, and short GM&O also served Montgomery and Birmingham, Alabama, as well as Memphis. So that gives you an idea of the magnitude of the GM&O. And its name originally was Gulf, Mobile, and Northern Railroad, and it was created and reorganized from the New Orleans, Mobile, and Chicago Railroad in 1917. So that gives you an idea how far back it goes.
Someone that's running today hit something.
And
That's probably more than 30 million.
Later, they merged with the Alton Railroad in 1947.
It's historical
So
value
from
alone worth more than
1952 to
what we
1972, the headquarters of the GM&O were in Mobile, Alabama, one of my favorite towns because I love the food there and the historical
No.
pieces. And I used to have a boat down on Dolphin Island also, so I enjoyed it down there.
That's on
But at the end of 1950, to give you an idea, the GM&O operated 2,898 route miles. At the end of 1970, route mileage was 2,734, with a total of 3,946 miles of track. The GM&O reported 8,285 million ton miles of revenue freight and 44 million passenger miles in that year. So, a great tribute to an incredibly large railroad. Again, the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railroad. And the GM&O Railroad was the first large railroad in the United States to replace all steam locomotives with diesels. And on August 10th, and this isn't all that long ago, on August 10th of 1972, the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railroad merged into the Illinois Central Railroad, forming a 9,600-mile north-south Illinois Central Railroad. How interesting. In 1988, the railroad dropped the word Gulf from its name, reverting to the name Illinois Central Railroad. So, how interesting is all of that? I had no idea. Just a few little tidbits, and today 4501 has been meticulously redressed to represent the GM&O Mikado 40 through 43 82 locomotive. So, history preserved right here by TVRM, and like I said, they'll be coming back right down that track. There is, I just looked up the schedule, there is one more train scheduled for today. So, if you're close, now would be the time to make your way on down. Don't miss the events here, don't miss the exhibits.
Most people don't realize train wheels are
Great,
not-
great place to spend a Sunday, as you can tell
Yeah,
by the peaceful
how they hug the rail.
railroad property, railroad grounds that we have. Tables, tents, everything all set up, static display vehicles, operating railroad cars, just a little bit of everything here for all ages.
Steam engines or even regular
So,
engines, when they start up, they sometimes flip them because they're only touching
back to the track,
very, very little.
where we're going to await the return of 43, 82, all dressed out in honor of the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio
It was dropping sand.
railway line.
It was dropping its own sand.
First large railroad system of its type
Every now and then they hear us yell at somebody here.
before all the rest began to merge. And
Not that they could.
now we have the Norfolk Southern, the BNSF, and the Union Pacifics, and the CSX of the world. Also, for those of you that in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky area, October 19th, big event planned in Cowan, Tennessee. And if you've not ever been to the Cowan Railroad Museum, get your calendar right now, get your whatever it is you keep track of what you're going to do next. Get it out and mark October 19th, rail fan gathering at the Cowan Railroad Museum on the CSX line in Cowan, Tennessee, not too far off of 24, not all that far from Chattanooga, just up above Stevenson. So you could make some plans to railroad fan in Stevenson, maybe the day before, a couple other places, Bridgeport. There is some just unbelievably, incredibly beautiful, different places to visit. Well, if you enjoy looking at historic depots, Bridgeport, Stevenson, all down that Huntsville, there's just a number of really, really nice places to visit. And then October 19th, we're all going to hang out in Cowan at the Railroad Museum. And it's kind of cool there because in the CSX yard, it's a small yard, but there is a yard there, and there are two pushers that are based there. And Cowan has a large mountain just to the south of us. And as those pushers then connect to the southbound trains and help them up and over. And then at the top, there's a tunnel they go through. And then at the other end, they'll disconnect and they either come back, just the two locomotives. So, and Cowan Railroad Museum, CowanRailroadMuseum.org, has a super rail cam. And because it's right downtown, you got lights all night, so you can watch, and they have their scanner hooked up so you can hear all the activity. And because there's so much action there with the pushers connecting, disconnecting, getting ready to line up, going over, meeting the trains that are coming north, because for a northbound train, they go up and over, just the two of them, past the Railroad Museum, up and over, and then they connect to the end and bring that train northward from the back. So you'll see those two locomotives all day long. They're either at the end of the train or they're going to or from, getting ready to connect or disconnect. So it shouldn't be too long. We'll have our guests coming back, 4382, which is the Southern Railway 4501 that we chased just a couple weeks ago, all the way down to Somerville and back on a 110-mile trip. Sorry for that shade right there. I got this great big old stripe, it looks like, through here. But since I don't have my hat on, I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm kind of hanging out underneath the tree, playing it cool today, because it is a huge contrast to this morning where we had coffee at Coffee's Cliff, where the weight of the world goes, the weight of the world on freight trains goes right past there. All east-west traffic goes right past that point, high atop Coffee's Cliff. So,
50-pound maul. It's got a big metal head.
Enough for me for the moment. Like I said, anybody has any questions or anything you want to add or historical flashback moments to hear. Yesterday, someone's relation was part of the founding group here, so share with us memories and good times. And here comes the John Deere, piloted by railroad staff, coming up and over the ramp. And we're going to go back, monitor all the tracks, listen for 4382. I'm so used to 4501, I have to keep looking back so I don't get the numbers wrong. For the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Steam weekend here at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. I know there's a number of you hanging out down the way, catching it at different points, down at the Missionary Ridge Tunnel, which I think dates back to 1852. But if there's anybody that's with us, more folks starting to arrive for the last train of the day and the last train of this event. So don't speed, but don't delay so that you can get here with us. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple change out here because we are going to go ahead and film it coming back, and we'll be ready here shortly.
But he lifted a Studebaker off the ground, the front end of the Studebaker off the ground, engine side of the Studebaker off the ground when he was younger. Yeah, my grandfather was extremely strong. He wasn't big. He was only 5'11", 180 pounds, soaking wet, but he was strongest man I ever met, by far.
Had you gone up and seen the military display?
No, I was over there when the train came in. I took a picture of the train up there, but I didn't go over and look at this display.
They have some guns. They have different
And
Vietnam and,
oh, cool.
and
I have
other.
to go over there in a few minutes. When he comes back, I'll go over there and look. Actually, I don't have much battery power left. So.
I wonder if they're going to leave the number on the locomotive for it to go to Georgia.
When's it going back down again?
I'm not sure. I think somebody yesterday said something about next weekend.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard.
I hadn't either.
Who owns that engine? How often is it here? Is it here most of the
The
time?
4501's here all the time. It's our baby.
Beautiful engine.
Yeah, every now and then they'll dress it up for somebody else. Run it for a weekend.
That's how you honor the tradition that the museum's supposed to honor. Though. Because there's not many of them left, unfortunately. Okay, the museum owns a few of them, don't they?
Yeah, we have 630, 610, 69, and wait for a minute.
You got to think of the roster, do you?
Yeah. No, there's a whole roster.
Trying to restore some of them.
Yeah, 630 runs, although I think it's got a little issue at the moment. 610 should be running, but I know it needs to be torn down and rebuilt.
They're coming out for the
I was in on its first rebuild out here,
Cool.
and I run it.
Which one's the oldest?
630.
How old is 4501?
1911.
Wow. That's 113 years old. Wow.
Don't let them come back without me.
You know what I can do about it. It's a place for me to plug in.
There's there used to be something before. Now, it might be around, yeah, there may be one around that way, but there might be one on this side.
Okay, I got my chargers on it. Look here, look.
Check this side first,
This side?
right here. Is that one right there?
Tower 99. Come back south in the A, and then for a ride.
I'm down, sitting down on the floor, so it's hard to see. And we don't want to bother you. I can keep an eye on it too. Yeah, charge up there, so we can at least get a little bit of battery power. A little. It says, well, I turned it off, it said 15%, and I turned it back on, it said 1%. Oh, what's going on with it?
Mine does that sometimes.
Should have gone and got my radio. I've got a scanner too.
They rely too much on radios.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, radios are important, but you can't rely on them. Use them as a tool, but don't rely on them.
Locomotive is.
Yeah.
When you're back here, I can see the radio. But right on the train, nobody on the
Come on up here and run up the middle 39. Get on number 8.
Yeah. Wow. That's it? Is that it? No, that's regular. That's
Or you
regular.
just go back to
Yeah,
what
that's
you want,
regular.
Greg. Go back to what you
That's not
want.
steam. Yeah, that's up here. How old's that Southern 5000?
I don't know.
Pretty engine. It's a high hood, isn't it? I can't tell. It looks like a
Yeah,
high
I
hood.
think it is.
Still pretty engine. For a diesel.
It came after I, this was a year ago.
Yeah.
And I still find
That's nice. It's a pretty engine. For a diesel, it's a really pretty engine. I like some of the engines. Some of the older ones, the Touchfield 800 that operate there in North Carolina.
yeah.
That's a beautiful engine. That's a 70s era engine.
My engine is over at Spencer Shops.
Uh,
The 1925 Chevy. That's what my engine.
Go that way.
it's a pretty engine too.
Yeah, he's a tech guy.
Is that steam or diesel?
He's steam. He's a Chevy.
What wheel configuration is it?
Chevy.
What wheel configuration?
I don't know. He's a three-truck Chevy.
Oh, okay.
Had to
Okay.
think for a minute.
So it's a 3-something-3. Because there's 2.8, yeah, 2.42, 2.82.
No, not on the Chevy.
Oh, okay. So it's a 3. Oh, wow.
Chevys are listed different.
Oh, okay.
They're listed by truck rather than wheel.
Oh, okay.
I do believe
You coming back?
we hear our guest of honor returning. So, let's get ready. Not only do we have steam action, we may have NS action, or that CSX, not sure which, but
You were calling Keith about something.
whatever it is, we're ready for everything.
Only has a joystick, correct? You ahead your way, one time, double 037.
Hey, Sarah, come on up here. We'll bring up the controller.
I'll probably get him coming back. My battery's about
I'm
dead.
34, hold on.
The CSX W&A subline is only about a half a mile down the road. Right straight down that track where the TVRM track does go over the top on one of the 4 bridges. So that modern day horn that you hear could be CSX or it could be something up on the NS line. So we're going to watch for that, and we did hear our steam locomotive returning. So yep, that will be on the CSX line, that horn you hear, but stay right here, stay tuned, because we will be seeing our guest of honor, the GM&O 4382, coming right at us.
My battery died fast.
If you want to plug into the back of that for a little bit, you're welcome to.
At least try to get the video of him coming back. Yeah, got enough, at least enough power, got enough power to get a video of him coming back at least. I got a speed charger in my car, but I charge it from a dead battery to a full battery in about an hour and a half.
I have a charge. I don't keep it in the car all the time.
174, we're
Everything in the
gonna
back, walk away, with solar charge.
Well, I have a one that is one of the car holders. It's not. It'll charge. Usually I have to plug in, put it in the car holder, but I bought one of the.
You can hear the kids in the background, all excited, waiting for our train to return.
But no, I actually like mine. I say it's completely solar. You
Yeah.
just lay it on the back,
Yeah.
and it'll charge you up, and then you charge up yours.
Phone wherever you are, because you can't live you. I need to get me one of those. Especially if I keep rail fanning, I need to get me one of those.
It'll charge up my cell phone about 4 times, and it'll charge up my iPad twice.
Wow.
See, if I could lay in my dash where I work and charge it up during the day and have it throughout the night. That's kind of nice to have.
Like I say, it holds a long time if it charges that much.
I have to buy me one of those at some point.
Finding them is not easy.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting a membership. Probably next week before I get it, but I'm thinking about getting it. To me, it'd be fun to have come ride a train where I want to do something different.
Membership doesn't mean what it used to.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of how often you're allowed to.
Yeah. Well, it says unlimited, but I wouldn't ride it all the time. I'd probably ride it once a month or something like that.
I've been on it more than I want to do.
I don't know if you can ever get enough of it.
That's the last time
I can ride this line with my eyes closed, tell you where I'm at.
Well, I rode this one once when I was a kid.
All right, we are readjusted as that sun moves on us so we don't have a
Probably.
overheating problem. We are lined up and we
No, I do
are good.
school groups and stuff out here for years.
That's right. I was in the school group.
And I can, with my eyes closed, I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Even in one of the nice cars where you can't hear the track,
Yeah.
I can just tell you where I'm at.
I do remember going through the tunnel where we had to close the window, make sure the windows were closed. And so
Yep.
that's kind of cool. I remember the turntable. That was 9, 8 or 9. I was like
I came up
probably my 2nd or 3rd grade class.
one time for Thanksgiving. I lived down in North Carolina back then. And I walk around this building to the turntable, and the locomotive's sitting off the tracks. You come off the turntable and you kick, and it would roll.
Yeah.
The fireman was in calling their operations guy. And my engineer, I'd worked with him. ever so long, school groups and everything. And I told him, I said, you know,
Yep, I can't park there.
here's what we need to do. And by the time the fireman came around to tell us to leave it there, that we'd just use one of the diesels, the honey truck was going back up on the third. It rolled straight off, it went straight back out.
Wow, that's.
Now, I wouldn't have suggested that for been anybody else, but that engineer,
He's like, I'll try it.
see, there was nothing behind it. If you went too far, you cut off the other way, and there's no getting back from that.
Yeah.
So I knew I could trust him.
Yeah. You knew he knew the engine well enough that he could give it the power he needed to get it back on the rails. That's amazing. But yeah, I could.
Here he comes.
Casey, 3, 2, 1. All right, we've got Casey all lined up with the white bar sound for the studio. You guys sit back, get ready, because here comes our guest. 4501, all dressed up as 4382, the GM&O.
The Missionary Ridge Local is now arriving. We invite you onto the platform to watch the arrival. But for your safety, please remain off all tracks and behind all yellow lines. If you have small children with you, please take them off the hand at this time. If you have not yet checked in or purchased your tickets, please see the ticket agent at the ticket office. We hope you enjoy your visit today and want to thank you for riding.
Give me 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. That'll do.
Beautiful stuff. Good enough. You don't fit your sleep properly.
Brian's running today.
Susan, it's good to see you.
See if I can get that place out over for a change.
doing okay?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
How's life in paradise?
Well, it's awesome.
You off today?
Yeah.
Well, there ain't no better way to spend your day off than here.
Is that hot?
I remember when.
Yeah. 7 years old. That's what the birth certificate says.
It was like yesterday. Oh, hey, I'm Mike.
Say hi to Mike.
I remember when you first arrived. And next time.
You want to chase you Saturday?
I just heard from Susan you're going back again. Yes.
Good.
I wouldn't miss it. Thank you. It's like,
Like a Delta color scheme anyway.
are we going to leave it painted or are we going to take it back to its original?
It's going to stay like that next week.
Is it really? Oh, how cool is that? Susan
Allegedly.
was wondering. Does it? How much? Hey, how are you? What you up to?
You got here riding the train? Hey, I feel like I've seen you yesterday.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
I got video of him
it's all
leaving and
magnet.
coming.
And then
So.
what they used to fill in for
All
lunch.
make the announcement.
I saw you come in earlier. Like a fabric tape.
Oh, so it's not painted?
No. Go get lunch.
No kidding.
It's all magnets.
I gotta pull in.
Oh, how cool is that? Here all this time I thought y'all did a fantastic job. You just had to worry about whether it rained or not.
Grandpa? Yeah, I got over here in time to see. I saw him pull in.
Yeah. Okay.
And some light pulled out. He's only been here like 5 minutes. Mike went out right over here. He's just ready to catch a little laugh.
Hey Mike, you want to go to the TV MRI after this? You been up there yet?
Do I want to what?
The TV MRI, the model railroad layout.
Probably not on the agenda because dinner is after this.
Right up the hill there. On your way out. Just want to let you know about it. If anyone wants to come up there and join us.
Is it open on the weekends?
We're having an open house at the request of TVRM because it's Founders Weekend. We actually rent the space from the TVRM. From what I understand, anyways, we used to be at the Choo Choo until it was sold to a private organization, a private owner. Then we got kicked out. Now we're over here. So
Yeah, that was. Do you have as big a layout up here?
bigger.
When
Much bigger.
when is it normally open?
We have open houses every once in a while, usually at the request of the museum, but
Do you know when the next one is?
I do
Or
not.
do you guys do private? Do you guys get together like on weekends or something?
We do get together on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We have realistic ops sessions at the beginning of every month. Thereabouts.
Because maybe we could do, maybe we could coordinate a win. I'd love to come do a live with y'all when you're up there.
I'll talk to Nick about it.
You have my number, right?
The what?
You have my number.
I do, yeah. I have your number.
Yeah, and then let me know when the options are enough here. I'd love to come up and do a live up here with y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
can talk about it, what your dates are coming up, all that kind of cool stuff.
I hear that.
That would be fun.
I would tell you to go to our website if it wasn't always having problems. But we have a link. There's a link to our website at the bottom of the TVRM webpage of the museum.
Do you want to get in front and talk about it for a little bit?
I'm not a representative.
Okay.
If I
You want to be a
were
non-official representative?
Nah, I'm not official, unfortunately. I got in trouble for it once.
Uh-oh.
But
I'd love to go there.
Are you
yeah,
on
well,
next
feel free to
week's
come
thing?
on up. We're open today. More than likely.
Well, let me know, and I'll bring donuts again. If you have special requests, I'll get the kinds you want.
Okay. What's this there?
I thought so. I thought
Liam,
so.
Liam, you have a good day, okay? Keep your dad out of trouble. If you have any problems, you call me. I'll handle it.
Years ago, I was younger.
See
I
y'all.
wanted to go
Take
to
care.
Mars, but I never was able to come up with the money.
And there is the official word, TVRM Steam next weekend on Saturday, going back to Somerville. And I'd tell you the date, but I'm not exactly sure what today is.
Today is the 8th.
So that'll be the 15th. No, that'll be the 14th. The 14th of September, we are doing Steam back to Somerville. How cool is that? And remember, we've got the key to the city, so we'll go back down and see Main Street Group, and we'll all hang out together. Now that sounds like a fun Saturday.
You guys have any Steam?
Well, we have plenty of that. I brought all of mine. That's for sure. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just listening to what all y'all have.
We have mostly diesel on the layout on account of the fact this layout is the rat hole in the 70s. That's the era we're modeling up on the Casino TV. But members bring their steam locomotives off. I brought all mine.
That's cool.
It's DCC as well, so
That's cool.
all the sounds and fun stuff.
I used to take Austin down to the choo-choo all the time. It was like $2 or $3 to get in back then. He loved, they're like yellow tickets you got. He loved going down there.
Yeah,
And that thing was massive. You had those steps. He'd go out, look over, because, you know, just little.
My grandpa used to take me over there a lot. We used to go into, we used to get some food down the way and then go over and climb around the big locomotive sitting there and then go up to the music, go up to the layout up there.
Yeah, I saw something on YouTube. It was a replay of an actual TV show where it showed the largest train, or one of the largest trains, model trains in the world. And it was like...
And you just heard the all aboard call, final trip of the day. Loading up and getting ready to take off here on Founders Day at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, where the 4501 is all dressed up for the GM&O as the 4382. And there's a rumor they're going to leave it dressed up for next week's steam excursion down to Somerville. So stay tuned. Check out the TVRM website for all the information. As you see the conductor getting the last of the folks on board. Also, there is a military display here today, both men in uniform and equipment. So come on down yet today.
Round trip there and back. About 45. It's 100 mile round trip thereabouts.
So how far is it by...
47 on right now, still waiting on one more inside.
If you're chasing the train, well, it's a very similar by road. Chasing the train is still going 9.5 hours.
Yeah. It's quite quickly.
Yeah, it's a
About
good.
55 miles round trip, 110.
Yeah.
So when he's there, it tentatively arrives at 1 o'clock in Somerville.
I rode the first one of the year, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was the first or second one of the year.
Talking to each other. I wonder how often they
All the time. And there you have contrast of modern versus historical.
Modern versus the side by side.
Well, I'm going to go up to the TVMRI. What do you think to this evening? Are you going to be rail fanning anywhere out here?
Dinner with Jesse and his fiance and Seth. Seth from my work with Rail Fans.
Well, I'm going to have to rail fan with you sometime. That's all right.
Absolutely. Tuesday and Thursday nights I'm in Dalton. Every Sunday I'm at Coffee Split.
Okay.
And the rest of the time it's whenever I can get out.
All right. You'll be at Coffee Split this evening?
No, Sunday morning. As early as 7:30.
This morning, 15 of us out there this morning. There are 15 of us out there this morning. put a few of them in.
Yeah. I'm gonna get on back up to TVMRI.
I had to think about those letters for a little while.
I'm gonna go through with you.
I got a card for you.
Please. Now, like I said, see if we can set up a time. I'd love to go and do something.
Yeah, I'll talk to the people up there. I'll talk to
Okay, cool.
the people who run the group. They're the ones who have the final word. But it should be all right.
Works for me. Have a good afternoon.
We do maintenance Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and operations sessions are, well, I should have an email about them. Well, I'll let you know when I figure something out.
Deal.
One more pull in there, 4382.
As we had talked earlier, how do you turn a train? And they are on leg 1 of the Y. W-Y-E. And now they're on section 2, backing the locomotive.
Over there, 4382. Clear tail track there, 4382. You can take what you need, the 4 coaches.
And for those of you who are live with us, we are doing a production as well for this. So for Casey, we're going to do a white bar for him. Casey, 3, 2, 1. TVRM Founders Day. And they are backing up on part 2 of the Y, where momentarily they'll be coming right at us here. On the third part. And there goes Mikado 4382, our honorary guest. A historic weekend about the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railway. You can see his smoke as they go off on into the distance. That's the TVRM 4501, all dressed out to commemorate the GM&O, which is the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railway. And 4501, as you saw when he went by, is all dressed up like 4382 back in the day. So we'll talk more a little after a while about that railway. But for now, we will stay live, where we'll catch him one more time today. In the meantime, I'm going to take you for a short ride back over under the tree where we were, so we'll be all set when he returns. Y'all put your seatbelt on. As we realign. And reposition. So y'all just bear with me for a moment while we get set back up. All right. So a tribute to the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railway, which we'll talk about it here in a little bit. But for the meantime, we're going to sit back, relax, enjoy the moment. We are listening to the scanner of both Norfolk Southern and the TVRM crew. And we are at Junction Point, Jersey. It is double track up there. And if you were with us yesterday, that's where we caught both the central of Georgia and the Savannah and Atlanta out at Bootleggers Crossing. And y'all remember Seth? Seth has just rejoined us. There's a big wave from Seth. He was with us bright and early at 7:30 this morning. It was so dark out there, he had a flashlight when I got there. He sent me a note, "Are you up?" And I said, "I don't know, is there light out yet?" So, you're currently facing Grand Junction. And that's where we'll just hang out for the moment. Relax, and I said, after a bit, y'all go check your favorite football scores. Hope your team is winning. If not, I'm sorry. And didn't get a chance to recharge 2 of the monitors, so we got 2 monitors dead. So let me bring up the last survivor and see if there's any questions or anything as we continue our day here at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum at Grand Junction, where we will see the steam locomotive return one more time today. Hi.
Hello. Where did Adam leave you at? He just left. I texted him. I don't know where he's at.
Well, his phone's dead.
Oh, did he leave his phone? Or did he take it with him?
He's got it with him. He unplugged. I don't know if he's in his car or where he is. Hey, how are you?
Cussing like a sailor. Need your brains. Did y'all see a Osmo bag laying here when you got here this morning?
I only got here about an hour or so ago, and there wasn't anything here at all.
That's cool. It's a little gray bag, and it would say DJI on it. What y'all working on?
Have you checked inside?
I called earlier. I hadn't checked since.
Well, I got here probably hour and a half ago. Actually, I can tell you how long ago. I've been here an hour and 41 minutes.
That's cool. What y'all working on?
Rare Moments. We're live at the moment. You want to say hi to everybody?
Oh,
You're live.
crap. I'm sorry.
Oh, he didn't mean to say that. He's sorry.
I didn't know y'all had it running.
No, it's fine.
What time's the next engine due in?
He just left his last trip of the day, and so he'll be gone an hour.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Text me.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm sure somebody, I mean, God, everybody's always so good about turning stuff in here.
Honestly, I think it's hiding in the car somewhere. You guys know how that goes.
Yeah, it's
'cause-
not here, so I didn't say anything.
But I've torn that car apart, so it's been one of those days.
Yeah, sorry.
Set it on the tree, did you?
No, I was sitting here. You know how that goes.
I'm listening to 64707. What you got going on this fine afternoon, oh?
Y'all are using cameras for recording like we do.
Yeah, he goes live and stuff. I just record him.
Yeah,
Just as good, or even quicker, and I transmit all at the same time.
that makes things a lot simpler. And then, of course, they're available later whenever you...
So handy, so quick.
It smooths things a great deal. Does the dead cat help on your sound?
Oh my God, yes.
Really?
Night and day. I can't even put in words for you the difference.
Really?
Total, just complete difference. My production guy, if I don't have it on,
You
he
hear about
calls
it.
from the studio and yells, "Mike!" He actually says a few other things, but
A few other
Mike,
things too.
wind noise. As soon as that's off, and I've been out all day, so both the extra monitors are dead, but I always have one of them on and I can hear it too. And it's just, you just can't, I can't tell you enough. The external sound or on these, total difference.
Yeah, see, I've been using the Osmo mobiles for stabilizing phones for a while now. She's had me recording the different high school marching bands. I look at it, I get stuck going to the blasted competitions. I'd rather do something than just stand there. So y'all know exactly how that goes, I'm sure.
So do you do training videos, or what do you do?
I've got some where I've been kind of learning video processing for a while now. So I've been lightly into it, mostly just collecting footage. It looks like I may head that way a little bit harder, though. You know how that goes sometimes.
A lot of time, effort, and work.
It is absolutely a lot of time, but you know, you enjoy that part of it. So you've got to go, what's going on, honey?
They haven't found any.
Have they not, baby? But I checked the downtown where the photo thing was last night, and I checked the lot out there. So it's...
When you say like where you were parked?
Yeah, where we were parked. I have a bad habit of dropping things in my back pocket. Y'all know how that gets us into trouble.
Yepper.
But I figured if I'm going to be down here, I might as well bloody well pick up a little bit of footage before I go. You know how that goes.
Well, make yourself comfortable. You'll be back in an hour, and that'll be his last return of the day.
So they don't run as many on Sundays?
Mm.
They were booked up all the way through 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow. Now, do the Samsungs have pickup mics on just one end, or do they do have both?
Mine's an Android.
No, I'm sorry, yeah.
Google Pixel, right?
Yeah, the Google Pixel 8s.
Talking about, like, do they pick up sound, or do they, like...
Do they have mics on both ends, or
Yeah,
just
they
one
do.
side?
Yeah, if I'm playing YouTube, I can hear on both ends.
I don't know about yours. I only have one end.
Mine's the same thing.
Do you? It's like anything else. It's in the details. You know how that goes.
Are you not hearing anything from your phone anymore?
No, I'm getting it back online because I had it offline because I did a vertical and a horizontal on that last trip here.
How's the views been on doing the lives like that?
We're a little slow today, which is unusual.
Well, you know, it just tells you that there's so many different types of, there's so many different genres out there you could be doing that, you know.
And plus, I'm normally not on Sunday afternoon, so this is an extra stop for me.
Where do you live at?
Ringgold.
Oh, so you're out there with us.
Yeah, good old Ringgold.
But yeah, that really tells you just how many different types of productions there are. You know, like you're doing the live stuff. I've been recording and processing stuff that way a lot, you know. Oh crap, I hate that. I still think it'll turn up though.
It would.
I hope you had your name in it.
I did not.
Uh-oh.
But you know what's funny about it? Of course, when we bought the we found the 3 that was missing 2 days later. So you know, it's always something. So the moment my wife has a panic and orders the 6, the 5 will show up. So you know, there's always cursing involved.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing.
You have to. And you're based on more your phone cameras, and it's, you know, it's good how much the cameras have advanced over the last few years. I was talking to a guy yesterday, probably had $1,000 worth of handy cam or whatever it was, you know, sitting here going, and it's so much easier to process footage coming off the phones.
Yep.
It is.
When I'm done today, I hit 2 buttons, and in 10 minutes the whole thing's uploaded, unless I pick up music that is copyrighted. That's the only thing that we run into a problem with, but there's nothing here today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was out here yesterday. There were some people dressed up in period clothes. I was wondering if Tennessee Valley paid them or if they just showed up on their own.
Not a clue. I know they got a military display, and they had military guys dressed up earlier.
If they're up there, I'll go talk to them because we talked to them yesterday.
I already talked to them.
Did you?
Yeah, they said they haven't seen it.
I still think it's hiding in the car.
It's either in the firearm home, most likely. Yeah, that's where it was last time.
Mm-hmm. What time did they do back?
They left probably 10 minutes ago, so another at least 50 minutes. It's about an hour and 5 minutes turn.
4:30 at least, closer to 4:45.
What time? SCX4, and they left here.
It's 3. It's right at 3 now. So.
I would say 4:40. Don't be any later than 4:40. They didn't have a whole lot of people on the last one, unfortunately, so it won't take them quite as long to do everything at that end.
Has the radio been a big help to you?
Real finding glass. Yeah, you're kind of lost without it. Definitely when you're new to it.
That makes sense. How much did y'all pay for y'all? Just a few dollars, or?
My scan is only 100. It does everything I want and more.
My new one I got to 50 because it has the longer antenna, battery, and all that. The first one I got, fail fake, $20. Please try
I know they're cheap in some areas. I just haven't explored too much.
Have you been to Coffee's Cliff before?
Do what?
Have you been to Coffee's Cliff before? Off Amicola Road?
No, I've not.
Oh, you would love it if you like train action constant. That's your place. This
Really?
morning was outstanding, Mike. After you left, it just got way worse and better in train action.
Yeah, usually after 10 or 11, it picks up dramatically. It's like they all get done with coffee out there.
Yeah, it's way better than it is in the afternoon. And the afternoon's pretty good, so.
What's the business?
It is a wide spot in the bushes
Oh.
off at the north end of the DeBuck's yard.
Yeah.
It has its own geographical location, and it's called Coffee's, Coffey''S Cliff. Coffee's Cliff. And it's amazing, but don't expect.
If you don't have any road trains coming through, you're going to have citrus.
And you're above the trains. It's a cool spot. Lots of action. You have CSX and NS both run past you there.
My son will be all over that one.
If you have trains too or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can take a look at my video from this morning, and it'll give you an idea of what it is.
Oh, yeah, I'm really
It's,
excited.
like I said, it's a
Got your
great
card, so I'll be
spot.
looking that up.
Please. Man.
I was talking to a guy yesterday. Chandler, let me lay this next to you.
Keep-
I'll show you the link. He does just basic videos. It's real simple, nothing big or anything like that.
Like a lot of my other friends do. They just record, post it.
Well, what's interesting about it is like he would come down here, do some videoing, and go home, put it in a 20-minute video, and just post it. Didn't hardly edit it, didn't stabilize
That's
it.
me if I were to do that. I do.
Nothing like that.
But you know, YouTube's so strict these days. I don't even know.
But check this out. Once it,
You say one thing, everything you don't work on.
Let me use your phone. But what's interesting about it, have you ever heard of Social Blade? If you don't, you need it to at least know about it. And the reason I say that is because it goes into these channels and lets you see what they're doing. If you kind of follow what I'm saying, I'm sorry, I got to read that.
Like how much income they get.
Yeah, income, traffic, all that stuff like that will be interesting for y'all to know just for what you're doing. But it's just a real simple 20-minute video, trains moving in and out, this and that. And look at the views on that damn thing. Oof. Yeah.
And is that his?
That's his channel, yeah.
How many subscribers does he have?
Oh, that's what makes you sick. Read that shit.
This is new to me, so
Oh, you need to look that website up. I'll send it to you here in a minute.
This is your son. You imagine Job to that he hates, but shoot, you imagine what his
No,
is.
that's not true.
Well, you can look it up by
Not at all, Seth.
and it'll tell you everything.
Bag Seth. Bag Seth.
My bad. I'll leave that to Mike. But yeah, I'm sure his skyrockets. And this can monitor any YouTube.
Mm-hmm. You type the name of the YouTube channel and it'll tell you what it is, what it's been doing, how many videos, how many hours, how many subscribers, how many views, what the income is. It is ridiculous.
Oh, even earnings.
Even earnings, yeah. It said it may, obviously there's the low numbers based on views, but when you're looking at the individual days on this, I mean, holy crap. Let's see here. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 40.5K subscribers. Video views plus 7,000. I mean, I'm glad he's doing that well, but it tells, he's probably our age, maybe a little bit older. He might have 10 years on you.
I'm
But
25.
this channel, I mean, you look at video views in the last 30 days, 207K. I mean, it's, what's doing it is he's got 551 videos. That's what's doing it, because you know how this builds exponentially. But text this to you so that you know how to look it up. It's Social Blade.
All right, guys. Thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. As you know, we are here at TVRM, and we're at Grand Junction. for Founders Day. So for those of you just now signing on, at the moment it's a little quiet because 4501 is all dressed up this week in historical honor of the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio railway system of the Mikado 4382. So if you're just jumping on, 4382 just left out, and it's on its way down to East Chattanooga here on the Missionary Local line, where it's going to go across 4 bridges, CSX rail line. It's going to go through 1 pre-Civil War tunnel, and when they get to that far end, they're going to be at the Sewell shops, where when you have a 100-plus-year-old railroad locomotive and you need parts, where are you going to get them? There's not exactly a local steam shop where you can go down and say, I need 1 of those and 2 of these. So they literally make and fix and restore everything there at Sewell shops. Also, there's a turntable at that end, so they'll be turning 4501 at that end. And there's only 2 ways. It's like trying to turn a battleship in a bathtub. No way to do it easy. So if you don't have the why, your only other way to get that locomotive back to the head end of that train to go the other way is to turn him around. And that's probably what they're doing about right now down at East Chattanooga, which is the other end of the line. And since I'm old, my memory's poor, I'm gonna use my notes here so that I don't give you the wrong information. But we are here honoring on Founders Day, not only the beginning of TVRM, but the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio railway system, one of the first big, large systems, a Class 1, that 4501 is dressed up as 4382 today for Founders Day. And like I said, there's all kinds of things going on. They are on their last run of the day. And this is a 1 weekend event where we will see them return from their last train of the day. But just a little background on the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio. Short, GM&O was a Class 1 railroad in the central United States whose primary routes, listen to this, how far they went back in this time: Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana, St. Louis, Kansas City, Missouri, as well as Chicago, Illinois. It also had parallel lines through Mississippi, and the GM&O also served Montgomery, Birmingham, and Memphis. Goes back, it was incorporated, the GM&O was incorporated in 1938 and merged the Gulf, Mobile, and Northern Railroad and Mobile and Ohio Railroad, which was accomplished back in 1940. And then later they added the Alton Railroad in 1947. And just give you a little bit of a background on the history, from 1952 to 1972, the headquarters of GM&O were in Mobile, Alabama. Again, a favorite town of mine because they have some great food, and I used to live there, and down on Dolphin Island is where I had my boat. So Mobile brings back a lot of memories. And just to give you a little bit of an idea of their size, in 1944, the GM&O operated 1,950 miles of road and 2,898 route miles. That's how large GM&O was back at that point in time. And I said, Founders Day, since they had Mikado locomotives, they're using the 4501 today to bring back that time period. And at the end of 1970, which really isn't all that long ago, their route trackage was 2,734 miles with a grand total of 3,946 miles of track. And they reported moving 8,285 million tons of revenue freight and 44 million passenger miles for that last year. So the GM&O Railroad was the first large railroad in the United States to replace all of its steam locomotives with diesels. So today, We are here at TVRM, Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, and if you're not familiar with it, take a moment, Google it, look it up. It's a super place. Everything from a dinner train to an excursion. Next weekend, we're taking steam down to Somerville. So there are so many cool things, excuse me, about this organization. I can't even begin to cover them all. So take a moment, look it up, make plans, be here next weekend, and don't miss out on all the fun. We are going to stay live until the return of, and you can pick which locomotive you want to call it. All of us that are from the area know it as 4501, but today it has been transformed to the 4382 of the GM&O. So, and also we are right next to the NS tracks. So you're going to have a, and a matter of fact, while they were here on their last trip in, we got a picture of the modern and the historic going side by side as NS passed us here. And to my left is the NS tracks, which go on down to Ottawa and split at that point where they take Atlanta North District and bend on down, or it Y's to the left and takes Knoxville West End, obviously up to Knoxville. So, and for those of you that were with me yesterday, they're at Bootleggers Crossing, and again, another famous spot to watch trains, just as probably not as well known as Coffey's Cliff, but generations have watched trains there at Bootleggers Crossing. And there's just a tremendous amount of thought that goes into that location if you appreciate it, from all the switching and moving around, because where the double track ends at that point, they get everything moved and switched back. And then from here, if they're going westbound, once they get to Sitico, which is Brown Junction Point, they either make a right and go up the beginning of the CNO and TP up to Cincinnati, or through the yard on the pass-through tracks through the DeBuck's Yard, which is the second largest yard of its type, classification type, in the NS system, or that train breaks down and goes to the shops here in Chattanooga. So, if there's any questions, I do have a monitor up. Like I said, we've been out all day, so two of them are wore down and tired and out of juice, but we got one more still working. So if there's any questions, ideas, reminisce back to your thoughts. I know so many of you have been right here at Grand Junction. You've ridden behind the 4501. You've taken the excursions. And I'm sure many, all, most of you, at one point have taken your grandchildren, your children, or your dad, or your grandpa, all took you up and down this line here at Grand Junction on the TVRM. And we got real action. I hear him now.
But that one where it came down right there beneath was
It's swapping behind the board. Thank you.
I have to give you credit for putting the time in.
Oh, I love doing it.
How many years have you been doing it now?
This is only year 2.
Has it started producing anything yet?
Mm-hmm.
Is it slowly starting to provide for you guys, hopefully?
I wouldn't go that far.
I know. We can hope, right?
It takes time. It's like anything else. It's like having a baby. It
Yeah,
moves,
you can.
it moves from one stage to the next.
Mm-hmm.
He was booking it, wasn't he, Mike?
He was rolling on. He wasn't here for a long time, but he was a good time while he was. And that's Jersey Point, where you see the green on the housing there. And for the westbounds, the signal towers gave them a line going into Citico, or we were just talking about, they either go across the CNO and up to CNO and TP, go across the Tennessee River, and then on up to Cincinnati, or they go on in to the Dubuck's Yard and either pass through and continue the other side and break into 3 different directions. And for the eastbounds, their signal posts are right here. And if you haven't previously, take a look. The Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum has its own rail cam. And you can see it right there up on the corner of the building. And a lot of times you'll see 2 trains pass here. You'll see the TVRM train here. And you get to see modern and historical side by side. The dinner train goes out of here. Great route. They go down past Holt's Claw and all the way back, past the zoo and everything. And right down there is Tennessee 153, where the Highway Patrol was busy today. When we were on the other night, we were talking about blue lights in Dalton. And I forget who it was, but one of you said blue lights equal revenue generation. So for the past week, every time Danny and I are in the car, we see blue lights. One of us says revenue generation. Won't be long, and we'll have all the colors of the season starting to return, and then we'll be out here in our winter coats saying, oh gee, I wish it was summer again. So for those of you just jumping on, let us know if your favorite team has won yet. Nobody's going to hurt my feelings on any of them because whoever's winning's winning. About the only one I really get excited about are the New Orleans Saints, because no matter whether it's win or lose, they always want to have a parade and they always want to celebrate. My kind of town. And boy, do they know how to cook. A couple of the guys at work have a strong belief in the Cowboys. Always do well till it comes time to go on. And then, as we kid a couple of the guys, they get all uptight. And that's the end of their season, where it's Taylor Swift 1, Cowboys 0. But we won't bring that up today. The scanner we are listening to, we are, like I said, not all that far from the Dubuck's Yard. And it's just a beautiful, I mean, excuse me, you can't find a cloud in today's sky. It is just solid, beautiful blue above the NS tracks. As we look to the east, beautiful breeze today. So we do have the dead cat on, so you don't have that whir in your sound all the time. Sorry, that was a poor imitation of wind, but that's as good as it gets. Wind reproduction sound is not one of my top 10 abilities. Hanging out with you guys, yes. Making that sound when it's like wind, not so much. So we are back looking westward. And again, you decide if we call it the 4501 or the 4382. It's kind of hard when you've had 4501 forever in the background to think of it as a different number, but today, for the Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railroad, it is Eastern time. It's currently 4:19. My guess, probably another 10-15 minutes. We'll see our guest of honor, the GM&O, returning right here, and he will be coming right at you, right here, along that yellow line. As they're working on. Is there a dinner train tonight?
No, sir.
No dinner train tonight, you guys. So if you're all hungry, TVRM is not the place to go tonight because you will not get to ride on the dinner train. So pick your second favorite spot. Funny, this morning we started out with the coat on. Now we're making sure we're underneath the tree because it's way too far from the car to here to put the production tent up or the umbrella to keep that radiant heat off the equipment so that we can stay in touch. So we're using good old tree shade. Watch them work. They run around in the John Deere. Do you know one of the largest percentage of accidents happen while you are backing up? If you don't believe it, come to my place of employment. We will prove it to you. So let's hear what the scanner's got to say. Because we do have TVRM on the scanner today. And with the shrill of that whistle, we'll hear them way ahead of time. And any activity up on the NS line, we'll also hear. So stay tuned, stay put, don't go anywhere, because we will have GM&O 4382 coming right back at us. And if you haven't already, mark your calendar, October 19th, Cowan Railroad Museum. We will be hanging out for Railfan Day there at the museum. If you've not been to Cowan, October 19th needs to be the date you make your first trip. Maybe we even talk Brian into cooking for us, who knows. And if you've not visited the Cowan Railroad Museum rail cam, do so. You can watch it 24/7. It's right downtown, great lighting, and you have the action of the pushers. So we're going to sit tight, we're going to relax, and we're going to take a moment and listen for 4382, our guest and feature locomotive of the day, honoring the GM&O here on Founders Day at TVRM. Well, we may have startup action coming out of Jersey Crossing on the NS track. It does sound like it. Jersey Crossing is just on the other side of Tennessee 153 there. And if he's been setting, that'll be his startup. And we're going to see him come right past TVRM and Grand Junction. That crossing from here, maybe a mile, tops. Seth, we got a westbound. You better hurry. Wore yourself out today, did you?
Yeah, my storage is getting low.
We got Seth up so early today. He's recording so many trains, he's tired.
I got good news for you. Jesse, how's your bag? He said he dropped. He said, "Were you on the train or you?" He said a bag dropped off.
And we do have likes. Norfolk Southern, westbound, here at TVRM. Looks like we're starting out with a bunch of tank cars.
Jesse's back on the other side.
As we said earlier, our NS trains haven't been real long today, but they've been real fun. So, he's making his way towards Sitco, where Brown Junction Point is, and he'll either make that right up to C&O and TP, and for those of you up in Cincinnati, Ohio, you'll see him about 12 hours or so. And for those of you at Coffee's Cliff, if he's going to do the pass-through, you'll be waving to him in about 15 minutes. And since we're getting close to our steam locomotive coming back, the wind is at our back, so it may take us just a tad longer this time to hear 4382 coming back, all dressed up in its Sunday best Mikado locomotive.
There's an attendance location for like still hard. What's the address of that other station? Is it Champagne Street? Or?
No, it's 2200 North Chamberlain.
There was something to see. I apologize.
All I can remember started with a C. That was as far as I could get.
Put 2 years out on it.
If you want to know anything about TVRM, if Susan can't tell you, it doesn't exist.
We'll go with that option.
I've been a lot of members since the 80s. My husband's the track mate.
Where is Uncle Jesse?
Somewhere over there.
So you're not headed back this way?
Not till the train's over. I asked him to see you after. I ran into him and Joe.
Did you go down to the tunnel? Or would you run into it?
I went to my car.
Oh, were they here?
Right across from the train. You would see him if it was the train. How long is that for? It's over.
All day.
All day. They didn't move it, did they?
No, it worked yesterday. They were running a demo train last night, so it brought it up here. I didn't hang around for that.
Just ready to go home by then.
No, I didn't get down here until late. Yeah, my camera messed my pictures up yesterday, so I came back to that. It's a new camera. Cheap. Oh, I don't care.
It'll be fine.
I got good cameras, I just can't get anybody to deal with them. You've got a Canon EOS and a Pentax K1000. Those are good cameras. The film cameras are good.
So, I don't know what
You're
you're working with. Heard all that down a bit. If I was still dealing with film cameras, I never could, you could go take footage, but you'd never, or you'd go take photos, but you never get them to develop.
I had a place that used to do it in an hour. A friend of mine ran it. So anytime I went in, she'd just put them through.
Susan was showing her age with that conversation.
Oh, y'all are fine.
I'm 62 years old. I ain't ashamed.
And she's got a lot of skills.
I can remember
I'm sure we don't, so
those
I
days
rebuilt
so
this
well.
thing.
We're standing in the background talking about how you used to take your film in and get it developed. But those days
It's a good one.
are memories. And for most of you, or a lot of you, a memory you've never shared with us yet. If anybody's on that's down at the other end, or if you're riding the train, let us know where he's at, if he's come through the tunnel yet.
No, they did not strip that for 630. However, some of the 630 parts could easily be. No, the locomotive 762. It's the one that's now in the Great Smoking Sea. in the repair shop, or next to it. Yeah, well, I'm surprised we got it to begin with. That's something the office did. So, the general people have never.
Again, I hope all your favorite teams won today. And thought there for a moment I heard it. Oh, next two of us thought we heard it. All right, enough for football and back to trains, where we are going to see if that shrill was in fact 4382, our guest of the day, making its way back to Grand Junction.
No, it's not.
Seriously?
It's not moved under its own since.
And we are monitoring TVRM's channel, so you'll hear the conductor as well.
I hate that. They gonna repair it?
Well, they're talking about redoing it, but you know they're running 17.
Yeah, Mike, if I wasn't spending time with family last night downtown, I would have went with the Central Georgia. Adam showed me his video. The whole party was there. Whole party full of my friends at that Central Georgia.
Where, oh, at Long?
Yeah, yesterday with Central Georgia.
No.
Whole party was there. I was like, shoot, I hate
Get
those.
out there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But let the people out start shooting back. Yeah, everybody up there owns guns and live ammo.
That's probably true.
And I don't know why they do it. There's no excuse there. Yeah, I'm sorry. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we're in a big shop here at my house.
That I can certainly understand.
My husband was the railroads, he'd shoot him. Yeah, he'd shoot him, but if I'm angry enough, the gun gets tossed down because it's in my way. I like the up close and personal method, telling them what they did wrong.
Susan, we're live.
Are they back?
She's talking about that.
Yeah, they're probably up and around, because they can turn it once they get over there.
Last time she talked about offering her mother
I have too, but I don't.
It's okay. Hey, you know what Robert says, what are you gonna do about it?
Thanks for all the thumbs up today, you guys. Hope you're having fun. It is just such a picture-perfect day. And we think at any moment we're going to see.
There he is.
Oh, the conductor is
That's my
before
friend.
the train
Not Jesse,
and
but
get the train ready. So when they get there, all they got to do is.
I can't believe he just left you and didn't say.
It's all right.
Yeah, instead of,
When I'm doing
instead
this,
of the
it's
guy
all work.
standing there having to radio back to the engine all the way.
All the details.
Yeah, you have to clear it X amount.
Where's Gulf, Mobile, and Ohio Railway Days. We'll look back into history here at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, where the 4501 is all dressed up as the 4382. So when it comes by, look at that front number board, look down the side. For those of you that have ridden behind her, she's got a different look today. An historical first, they've told me. And there's a rumor on this coming Saturday's excursion down to Somerville, she's going to stay dressed up as the GM&O 4382 for that trip. So,
Yeah, I called him from the engine mom and he was kind of rising until he passed away. He was young.
I've been inside.
And, no, I still know people that work in there. Yeah. Yeah, the first time it ran from Boysboro down to Murphy, oh, yeah. The guys were wondering how I could stand it. I missed that crossing because I was standing on this one. You can see it. You get him all these, and I'm like, oh, sorry. See that mountain right there?
That is the distinct sound of a steam locomotive whistle coming at us right here. Heads up, guys.
We've got that little bitty one right there, which is hilarious. I get such a kick out of it because this control right here. The reason I say that,
Flip something.
if you ever use the watch, you can time the control, right? Especially when you can't reach for something.
No, I wouldn't flip something. It makes them seize calls. It's just fun. It don't even have internet.
Battery friend the last night was like here.
No internet. It would only hold it on this one. No, I charged it 2 nights ago. It's about dead. I haven't hardly used it. But now they keep telling me I need a smartphone. Smart does it need to be? Because I can receive calls on it.
Seth.
Well, those steam whistles are a lot shriller. Their sound travels a lot farther.
That steam pressure ain't no joke.
They did a test somewhere. I saw it online. They tested a diesel air horn versus a steam whistle, and they heard the diesel air horn at something like 5 miles.
Alright, mind the tail line of one you can see on occasion ahead,
Unreal.
Probably better in the cold.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're located. Across the mountains.
Yeah. Like here it's going to travel forever out here. You got mountains and yeah, the cold, cool, crisp air travel sounds a lot further. I don't know when they tested it. But I can't remember the video now. But it wasn't winter. It may have been fall, but it wasn't winter. Yeah, it's a diesel. It's
Or more.
Yeah, they growl in here.
Yeah. The
Steam is more.
The steam engine purrs, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's a G-Bo or D9.
The steam engine purrs, the diesel engine growls.
That's not an E. That's a G.
NS eastbound as we await the return, which we heard his whistle probably back at the tunnel.
I think I just heard it again.
Coming our way. So we're going to stay in this direction, but we will watch that for the moment. NS tracks eastbound. Well, that's certainly one you don't see every day.
Nope, not in. Going that way. They always are.
That's what you call a whole lot of empty.
break applied on the quality.
What I really want to do is like, leave those spots. Problem is, niggas in charge. That's the problem.
That kind of
And so we'll also take it. So you'll need a defense mechanism so someone tries to touch it and shock it. But at the same time,
Every guy.
it's stuff at the higher ups and
I heard something about what the traffic setting.
The guy who kept taking his political stand stolen. So he wired electricity to someone tried to steal it. He got shot the guy. Huh?
they hear about it. This is when the government had that thing already.
What, lunch by criminal?
Stuff that if you don't know what you touch, it's a defense mechanism.
The problem with that is cameras are delicate. You put electric charge and you might overload the camera itself.
So we put that between a piece of rubber and that.
Cameras are delicate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 4382, you can drop step on wood, hands out, drag out.
Jesse should be on his way.
Thank you.
Say it's a little camouflage.
Maybe they just sign up.
I'll go that far. Now I'm probably head, but
Can one of y'all be down there to couple him in? I'm gonna get off and I can have a couple back in. I'll close that bag and talk on this end now.
oh, that smoke was amazing.
So, lighting it up together right now.
It looks like something's on fire, because that's the truth. Something actually is on fire.
If that was our place, that's exactly what we did.
It's so polluting, though.
Imagine a whole railroad yard.
That's the way it was back then. You gotta remember the atmosphere. Nothing can go in and nothing can go out of it. So what we're stuck with, Fresh air is not really fresh anymore. This hasn't been fresh for a while. Just like our water. Our water is horrible. Every time I go downtown Chattanooga, I just think of it. It's all you smell is poop. It's all you smell. It's nasty. But yeah, no. That's what Scott said before. Coffee Club area was a thing. It was way down there, the receiving yard. That's the first original yard, which I did not know.
And there you see GM&O 4382 turning. So we're going to move over to the other side as they reverse the locomotive. Hang on, we are going on field trip. You never know where we are, so excuse the tremors, but we are moving over to the other side, y'all. If you get dizzy, my apologies. Being as gentle as possible. As Casey calls them, tremors is what I cause.
Trackside Tower.
Behind you, but I'm behind the trees.
Well, come up here. Come right there, Seth. Hurry up. Come right there. No, you're fine. Make yourself right up. Go right up there. There you go. You're fine.
They worked everything down there, but the main line.
Let's go.
How are you today?
Tired.
Tired and wore out, right?
Yeah.
How did I guess that before you said it?
Probably because I never had a chance to dress up.
We got to switch stuff around, so
How soon do y'all go back?
it'll be a little bit. I got to take the Pullman heavyweight, put it back on the dinner train.
382 will be taking it eastbound up 3 coaches to a couple. I'm at smelting on the engineer side and the clear be switching back to hand.
Oh boy.
So yeah, we put the heavyweight sleeper on for our Founders Day, but we had to switch one of the other cars over, but it didn't work out as planned this morning. So we
Look
had
good on paper, right?
Yeah, had to bury it.
Come out, drop that car, our car on the west leg. Y'all drop yours on the base leg there, and then go down to the bridge, and then we'll swap them over. But in order to turn the train, we'd have to back up and go up the wild opposite way over. Barely hear you there, Bubba. Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, we just trying to figure out how we turn the whole thing without running off the way we did once, because I don't think we can. The dinner train with 832, push up the west leg of the line, then 01 with the whole car, push over partway into the yard. Then dinner train cuts off and push the rest of the coaches into the yard. We pick up 832 with the 01 and our two coaches. Try to shove the train back tonight, dump the car in the yard, but now we're going to have to use the turntable. Stop that now, we're going to have to run back there, Joseph. Coming down, coming on, get it clear.
CT 735. Hey, we're gonna go up to Main Street for your swap. Or Duty at 6:30, they'll stop at 23rd. And down on the train. Yep.
Which way we can go with the 01, so I don't know what to do right now, so.
We'll just bring people to this morning. Pull down with the O1, cut the colony off there, the west leg, go pull the O1, set up down high for the Great Bridge. And then we'll set everything between the west leg, leave everything on the west leg, pick up the colony, come back in, put everything back in the center train. Edwards would, if you would, go ahead, head up there on the colony, pop the handbrake, step up there, get it.
I got the handbrake released and I'll be stepping on board then.
Yeah, drop off at the blade, well, pull down, have you apply the brake, cut off, and then pull down, just put the full high with the show on.
We'll be pulling down, clear the west leg switch and straight back. I'll tie down a handbrake, step off, uncouple the culver, and then you'll clear down the display switch.
Edwards 01, if you're ready, go to the full my way. We'll call it about 3.5, 4 to the top. I'll take it 3 steps, please. Edward, go on. I'll take green stuff, please. Got it. Edward, go on. You release my green stuff. I need to slacker on the pad. Adam 01, take it down high towards the street bridge. May report be with you.
And as you can see, they have separated the 97 car from the rest of the train.
It's already unlocked, Jacob, so I'll get the west leg line and then I'll walk over to the center train and knock off handbrake.
43.
Yeah, let them pull all the way down. We need that high room.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. My apologies. Line and line.
Alright, I'm looking at it. That's a double check.
Alright, shooting easy, they got 2 slumping at him.
If you want, I want to come out with this cut. Just take that cut, set it up on the west leg. Take over.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the west leg switch and I'm going to walk over and get the handbrakes on 832 and 899.
I'll not break off on 830 airport and then possibly pass this place with.
Alright, that'll work. Jacob. Yeah, 832 and 899 should have handbrakes.
Have them.
They are breaking the train down. You're going to see him one more time come back in.
Edwards 5000, switch his line for the left leg from the main, and he got a green signal.
Alright, double check. I'll take it when we come out.
And you are listening to the train crew as you see them live here on Rail Moments. So we're going to watch the action as they put this train to bed and start to break down the cars for the different things that they're going to be used for the rest of this week, including the dinner train. So back to the action here at TVRM.
If you want, stay out there. I'll pull it out. You make the cut, and then make the couple to the clover, and then Woodsy can make the shove back in, and we'll tie it all down.
Roger, Roger. It sounds like a plan to me. Agree.
Good, well done.
Now when you got them frames, Woodsy, and everything just clear down there by this car, just pull them out.
All handbrakes are released, power cables and water lines are in the clear.
Things just clear. Alright, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and pull them on out, and then we'll come back up to you. Over.
Honestly, don't know if they're leaving one up there.
Okay, Tango Woods is on board in the clear, ready to proceed.
Alright, here we go.
they're starting the southern one.
Yep, that's a go back to 10 right for home.
The benefits of being young.
I feel like I wish I could.
See if I go up there. The sun's right in the camera, so I can't. I'm using the tree to warm the sun.
It'll be 7:45. Down and forward.
I'm going to guess that's going to back in here, and ours is going to back in there. You know, they've had the southern forever, that one for a long time.
Down and two.
I'm going to say
Down
you're
on
down
the ground in the clear.
go
Still going to
west.
need half a coat.
You're my hero.
Feet. Two there, 5K. Is lined and lined up the left leg with a red over green. You listen for the green. All men are on the ground to clear.
All right, I'll clear it up here. Go.
Double check.
Edward 5000, you're good for 10 coaches. Shove up here. We'll make a cut in about 5. You good at 5.
That's it. The bus got another day.
Every Sunday morning, I'm there, and then whenever else I have time to get there.
Yeah, I remember I was there for the gallery too.
Shorten it up a little, BH. Give me 3 big coaches.
Yeah, it wasn't the post office that you saw me, it was there
Yeah. What you talking about?
at Coffee's Club.
Oh.
Yeah. 2 more coaches now, too.
Remember that doctor's car thing?
1 more coach. On
Yeah, why? I didn't know.
half of it. And 20 more feet. 10 more. 5, 3. That'll do. Drop down turn brake. Stay right there, Sam. Let's right here. So we.
Well, real friends, they are about to leave that car, sit right there, and they are going to back
5,000. We'll take 3 steps, please.
the other car, the other train
3
in.
steps on 5.
So, we got to figure out plan B. So, hang on for plan B.
1,000. You release my 3 steps along your way. About a coach and a half to clear. I got 3 coach and a half.
As we talked so many times, field trip. Oops. Drop something. Hang on.
2.5 Diner, 5,000. That will do. And last on the bank plate, got green over green. Now looking at it now, 2.5 to the couple, be looking for now at the couple. Double.
5,000, give me, we'll call it 2 big coaches. Jacob, go ahead and head down to the display yard. Get them coupled up, I'll send them right back to you, then you take the shove into the display yard. One big coach, 5K one. Half of it. 20 more seats. 15 more seats. Give me 10 more seats. 5, 4, 3, 2 more, bunch of men. Alright, give me a good stretch, 5,000. 5,000, that'll do. 3-step Edwards on 5,000. 3-step Edwards, 5K. We are lined and launched, line to latch for the display.
coaches there, 5K. Number 4, looking about 4 to 5. You'll be shutting down and signing off, 5K. Call 45 at 1. Alright, 01, display yard switch is line main to main and is locked. Your line for the west leg showing red over green. You got double on both switches as well as the display yard speed rail. Start stubbing back, I don't see it yet. Where I'm at, I see clear track right now for into the curve for 5 and 6. Edward 01, I got the rear inside. We'll call it probably a good 7 or so coaches to a tie. Might stop you short to check alignment.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, you're welcome. I've managed several other different short lines and tourist operations, so I see people like you and try to throw a little bit out.
I appreciate it. It's so much fun.
So on, let's make it 4 to a tie. 4. Three coaches now. 3. Turn up the west leg. Let's make it a coach and a half. Short stuff a little bit. One coach now. It looks like they should be. Let's go 15 more feet now. 2 more. 5 more. 3. 2 more. Bunch of men. Go figure. I shouldn't have said anything. Stretch them out. 50 feet. again, we'll stretch it out, they find that. Yeah, give me 52. Down to the stop, and we're take 3 step on the stop.
For those of you just joining us, we are at TVRM, where they are bringing the end of the day for Founders Day as we're coming to a close, and they are reconnecting and jostling around the different cars for the different things for this coming week. And we are with the 4501 dressed up as 3482 as a commemorative day to the GM&O. All kinds of things today, but we're going to continue to watch as they move these trains around in modern day times with 4501, our favorite steam locomotive here at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. As the day comes to a close, all the guests and patrons have gone, and now all the afterwork of the rail staff continues as they connect and move the cars around here in the yard before they finish this day. A picture perfect day to hang out with a steam locomotive here on Rail Moments.
Here, Chris. Maybe the hand. I can see the one with the foot more than
Hey, Brian.
Hey. 4382.
Here's one of the couplers. It's giving them a little bit of an issue back there. Brian's going to go back and take a look. And they're having a little conference. The joys of historic railroad equipment. Right up over there, while we're waiting for their next move, is the NS track. Underneath, a CSX switching track.
woods there, too.
Edwards 01, release line 378, 37, bring back here, 40 feet. Reset for Edwards on the 01.
You going that way? Yeah, we're going that way. Be safe. Be safe.
Take them off. Edwards 01, that's good set and release on 832, high ball, back to the test. Jacob will close up.
Well, rail friends, what do you think? Has it been a full day? As our day draws to a close here along the tracks of TVRM, Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, where Founders Day comes to an end. It's been great fun. It's been a great day. It's been great shocks, and it's been great times. It's been a bunch of great. And the best part, sharing it with you guys.
370, clear Jersey, 370 up.
So, we got NS action to conclude our day. NS is clear Jersey, which is right in front of us. So, before we bring the day to a close, we're going to watch one more over the bridge, and then it will be time for dinner. So, from historical past to modern day. And there goes a lot of empty auto racks. So, from Casey and I, from everyone at TVRM, for all the rail fans we met today, for everyone that we've hung out today, thanks for a good time. Thanks for being with us here on Rail Moments. Thanks for sharing your time with us. I've had a great day, and we got to watch old and new, historic and current, some great settings, met some great people today. So as we bring today a close, I hope you had as much fun here on Founders Day at TVRM in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where we close with a look at the NS tracks over the CSX track that goes back to Volkswagen, to a yard view back to the east of the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum Grand Junction facility, and there's a huge yard all full of trains over there that are blocked, and there's the Southern 5000 you just saw move in and out as they reconfigured that train. So, good night. Thank you. I don't have a monitor. I hope I'm not leaving any questions left unanswered. If I did, I'm sorry. Once I do get a monitor, if you have any questions or anything I've missed, go to what we call nicknamed the Bird Cam on Rail Moments, the other live cam that's up at the 122.8, and I'll catch any questions there that I missed. So I'm sorry if there's someone that's sent me any messages. I don't have a monitor at this time, as we just ended up way down here and we started way back up there where those trees are. So I'll go check that as soon as I get to another phone or get to a monitor and see if I missed any comments. So thanks again. Have a great night. Enjoy your families. And Casey and I appreciate you. Don't forget, subscribe if you had fun.